topic. We're going to talk about the film The Message. The Message was a film that was made that depicted the life of our Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, and the revelations of the Quran and how Islam came into existence. Now, to talk about today's program, we have with us Ahmad Hammad, who has been on the program before as well. You are a poet and a film lecturer from the GCU Lahore. Thank you so much for being with us again.
Thank you.
To talk about today's film, The Message, the title is self-explanatory, of course. It was, in fact, a huge challenge, was it not, to conceive of the idea, to talk about the origins of Islam, to talk about the Prophet, peace be upon him, and to take all that historical data, be factually correct, and then go on to represent it.
Yeah, basically the first challenge of making this movie was to avoid any sort of impersonation of the holy figures of Islam. For example, if you cast a person who is going to impersonate the Holy Prophet ﷺ or his companions, very respected and very holy companions, people will definitely people will mind it, and they can go astray, and they can come to you and they can question why, how did you dare to cast someone who can impersonate even the voice of the Prophet ﷺ. So it was really a huge challenge, and we haven't seen any example. I think early Christian, the films which were made on the teachings of Christianity, in which Jesus was cast in some role and someone comes forward and impersonates him. Such experiments were carried out in the early ages of filmmaking, but it was for the very first time in the history of Islam that a film was going to be made, and this film was going to convey the basic teachings of Islam through the pillars, through the significant people, through the central figures of Islam. For example, Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq Radhiyallahu Ta'ala anhu, and the companion of our Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Hazrat Umar and Sayyidina Ali and Usman, and these are very, very sacred figures for Muslims. So it was not very easy for the filmmaker to talk about these people, to represent these people, and to not show. The face was not shown.
The main characters. The main characters behind that. So, you know, it was, to start off with, it was a very daunting project. It was something that was very awe-inspiring, but at the same time, he must have had a lot of stress and tension to be correct in every way.
Factually correct, historically correct, and cinematically, for that matter, correct. I think that as a student of cinema, I always have been greatly inspired by this film. The way he has depicted the circumstances of the Makkah and Medina of that age, it was phenomenal. The way he depicted, the way he composed the visuals of the Makkah and Medina of that age, it was phenomenal. It was very impressive, and the way he incorporated the music into those visuals was phenomenal again. Would you believe that the person who gave the music score behind those visuals was a great composer, and he has been giving the music score for various films of David Lean. David Lean, he is a legendary character of the filmmaking history. You see, David Lean's Dr. Zhivago has the music score of this gentleman, Maurice, who has actually given the music score for The Message as well. If you put your DVD into the player and start watching The Message, you will be practically haunted by the music, first of all.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It
Yeah,
has that haunting element that stays with you.
Yeah, exactly.
It sort of immerses itself in, it's setting the mood to the film.
Exactly. Thank you very much for helping out. You know, it actually captivates you and it sets the mood. And it takes you along with it, you know. It complements every visual, be that the last scene, be that azan, before azan and after azan, wherever you see that. And circumambulations are actually, you know, complemented by the music and by the sound design as well. I mean, this was a great project and a great person came forward. And this is why this film is great. Project was challenging, no doubt, but the person was greater. And he dealt with it with wisdom and with vision
How
and
long
with
did it
expertise.
take to make? How many years?